Hey guys, what up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is Thursday. It's time for our baked donuts tutorial. So, let's get started.
You're going to need a cup of all-purpose flour, 1/4 of a cup of sugar, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking soda, a pinch of nutmeg, half a cup of buttermilk, 1 bar of butter, and 1 large egg. Now for the pan, this recipe is meant for 6 large donuts, but I have here the 12 mini donuts. We're going to see if we can fill all of it up, but you can use either or, it's your preference. You're also going to need 2 mixing bowls. You're going to need whisk, and you're also going to need spatulas. So we're going to start by sifting all of our dry ingredients, our flour, our baking powder, our baking soda, and our salt. So you're going to add the flour like so. You're going to add all the rest of the ingredients. Just kind of sift them together. I did not add the nutmeg yet because I have the nutmeg already in a powder form. It does not need to be sifted. So we're going to add that after we're done with this, like so. So you just kind of throw some in your hand, grab literally a pinch, and you throw it into your dry ingredients. And you're just kind of stir them in just so they get incorporated with each other. And we're going to go ahead and set this aside for now. Next, you want to grab your mixer and you're going to put your butter in the bowl and you're going to add the sugar. Now with this, we're going to beat it for about 4 minutes till it becomes creamy. You're going to notice that the way to know when it's done is that you will not feel the grains of sugar. You're basically going to feel a smooth, creamy butter. You want to make sure you're scraping your sides to make sure you're getting all the butter incorporated. You do not want any kind of chunks of sugar or anything like that. As you can see, it's getting creamier. And when you're doing it, you won't hear or feel the grains of sugar anymore. So go ahead and do this for about 4 minutes. After, we're going to grab our egg and our vanilla and we're going to whisk them together. Just kind of incorporate them before you throw them back into your butter and your sugar mix. Now we're going to pop our mixer back on and we're going to mix this for about another 4 minutes. Now the difference here is that this will not be creamy anymore. This is going to split. You're going to start to see that it looks grainy. That's kind of how I can explain it to you. You're going to see that the butter is not going to be well incorporated with the egg, and this is exactly what we want. They're not going to be any kind of batter yet because we haven't thrown any dry ingredients and any milk in there. So you're going to kind of just mix it to incorporate all the ingredients together. You're not looking to already see a dough consistency or anything like that. So keep mixing, and I'm going to show you what it looks like after we're done mixing them. Make sure that you're always scraping your sides and you're always making sure all of it is getting incorporated, because there will be splashbacks. You will see that they go around the edges of your bowl. So you want to make sure everything is getting mixed together so that we're getting all the ingredients. And see, it looks grainy, and that's perfectly fine. That's exactly what we're looking for at this point. So we're going to go ahead and mix it for another about a minute. And after that, once we're done mixing, we're going to set this aside and we're going to start adding to it our dry ingredients with our milk. Now it's going to be alternately. So you're going to pour a little bit of dry and a little bit of wet. We want to end on dry so that it absorbs the fat and it gives us the dough consistency we need for these donuts. Otherwise, we'll just have this runny cake batter looking thing and it will not work. So we're going to start by adding a very little bit. You can kind of eyeball it at this point. To be honest, I don't really measure them out. I just kind of eyeball and just make sure that I'm going to end on dry. And we're going to fold in and mix. Fold in and mix like so until we've incorporated all the flour. Then we're going to add a little bit of our milk. A little bit more. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. Fold and mix. Fold and mix until we've incorporated all the milk. And you're going to keep going like this. As you can see, I'm on the last little bit of milk. And you can see already how we're getting that dough consistency. It's already thicker and richer than what we started with. So same thing, fold and mix, fold and mix. You can also just fold your batter. It's really up to you. I like to get a little bit of air in there just so they become a little bit fluffier and they're not dry. But it's really your decision what you decide to do. So this is the last little bit of dry. And we're just going to go ahead and fold and mix. As you can see, it's getting a lot thicker. This is what we want. This is your donut consistency right here. Cake batter is a lot runnier. You want it to be runnier because you want them to be more moist. You want it to be more fluffy. Or a donut, you want it to be a little bit more dense just because it's a different type of pastry. So once you have this dough consistency, you're ready to pipe into your pan. So what you want to grab is your piping bag. And you're going to fold. Usually what I do is I just fold the end. So it just makes it easier so it's not a big of a mess. Because it can get messy, guys. So what you want to also do is spray your pan. I usually use pan cooking spray because it's a very light spray just to make sure they don't get stuck to them. Just because when they come out of the oven, you're going to give them about a minute to rest, and then you're going to transfer them to a rack or to a plate before you're dipping them into your glaze. So then you're going to add this into your piping bag. Now for the glaze, I'm just going to use regular chocolate. I'm going to melt it and dip them. There's so many things you guys can use. You guys can use white chocolate. You guys can do a sugar glaze. If you guys want to see that, comment down below, and I'll also do a tutorial just on what kind of toppings you can do for a donut. I went with the simple chocolate donut. I'm going to add a few sprinkles just to make it fun, but I'll show you guys how to do that next. So you want to kind of put all your batter in there. You're going to give it a good mix, and then we're just going to cut the tip. All you want to do is just grab some scissors, and it's just an inch. It's just to be able to pipe them into your pan. So we're going to move this out of the way and grab our pan. Now I'm going to show you how to pipe them in. You don't want to go all the way to the rim because they will rise. You want to go about halfway and just kind of go in a circular motion and kind of raise your hands like that. There you go. And after that, you're basically ready. This is what your pan's going to look like. You're going to pop it in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes at 350 degrees. And that's it, guys. Now for the glaze, I went ahead and melted some chocolate. You guys can use Ghirardelli, chocolate chips, or even the bar chocolate. Anything will work. So you're basically going to grab your donuts and we're going to dip them. We're just going to slightly dip them, and then you're just going to shake off the excess. Now these donuts have only been sitting for maybe about a minute. You do not want them to be completely cool because then the chocolate won't stick right. You guys can also add any kind of ingredients on top of it. You can add sprinkles, you can add cookie crumbs, whatever you guys desire. Like I said, I can teach you guys any more glazes, and I can also teach you guys if you guys want the recipe for a fried donut or a self-raised donut. Just comment below and let me know, guys. And here you have it, guys. The donuts are ready.
Alright guys, that's it for today's tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys try any of these recipes, please let me know in the comments below so I can see what you guys are coming up with. Also, next Thursday, tune in for our apple pie tutorial. And I'm also going to be letting you guys in on more tutorials that I'll be doing for the following month. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like always, hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next Thursday.